Hey, welcome to XRP Insider News. Our 10,000 XRP giveaway is underway. Winning results will be announced in 2 days. Hurry up and comment, like, and subscribe to the blog. I need to talk to you about something really important today. Think of this as your friendly neighborhood warning, because as we're getting closer to what could be the peak of this market cycle, and crypto prices, including XRP, keep climbing higher, the scammers are coming out of the woodwork like never before, and unfortunately, real people are losing everything. So here's what's been happening lately that made me want to make this video. First, Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's CEO, he just put out a serious warning to everyone. Then, just days before that, David Schwartz was sounding the alarm about some crazy deepfake scam targeting XRP holders. But here's what really got to me. Just a couple of days ago, someone in our XRP community shared the most heartbreaking story. This person had been holding XRP for years, literally years of patience and commitment, and then boom, they got scammed and lost absolutely everything. I'm telling you, when I read that post, it just hit me right in the gut. It's absolutely disgusting that people do this to others, and the scary part, this could happen to literally anyone watching this video right now. That's why I want you to know exactly what to look out for, because if this video helps even one person avoid getting scammed, then it's worth it. Here's the golden rule I want you to remember. Assume it's a scam until you can prove otherwise. I'm serious. These scammers are pros at creating panic and urgency. They want you frazzled and making quick decisions without thinking clearly. That's their whole game plan. I've gotten these bogus texts and emails claiming to be from Coinbase, saying stuff like, "Hey, your crypto is being moved right now." And I just laugh because I'm thinking, nice try, but I use cold storage. Genius. But here's the thing, they keep doing this because it works on some people. They wouldn't waste their time if they weren't getting results. Then they hit you with all these scare tactics. Your account's been hijacked. Someone's accessing your wallet from another device. Anything to get your heart racing and make you panic, call them back. And once they get you on the phone or messaging them, that's when the real trap begins. They'll sweet talk you, pressure you, and do whatever it takes to get your private information or even your private keys. Listen up. This is absolutely crucial. Never, ever give your private keys to anyone. Period. Don't type them into websites. Don't share them in messages. Don't even whisper them to your pet goldfish. And here's where it gets really sneaky. These scammers create fake websites that look identical to the real thing. You think you're logging into Coinbase or your favorite exchange, but surprise, you just handed your keys to some criminal sitting in their basement somewhere. The phishing sites are getting so good that even tech-savvy people are getting fooled. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I think anyone can be tricked. Yep, including me. I'm not sitting here acting like I'm some crypto superhero who's immune to scams. Under the right circumstances, with the right pressure, the right story, the right timing, yeah, I could probably be fooled too. And that brings me to something that absolutely makes my blood boil. When these horrible things happen to people, like this devastating story I'm going to share with you in a minute, where someone lost a huge chunk of their life savings, there are always those keyboard warriors in the comments saying stuff like, "What an idiot. If you're stupid enough to fall for that, you deserved it. Are you kidding me right now?" If that's your attitude, then honestly, we have a serious problem. Where's your compassion? Where's your humanity? You really think you're the one person on planet Earth who can never be deceived? Not about anything. Not under any circumstances. Not even if they caught you at your most vulnerable moment. Come on. That kind of arrogance just blows my mind. Look, I get it. It's easy to judge from the sidelines when it's not your money on the line. But these are real people with real families, real dreams, real financial goals that just got completely shattered. The lack of empathy from some people in this space honestly makes me sick. Thankfully, it's just a small percentage of people who think like that. But man, it really gets under my skin. We should be looking out for each other in this community, not kicking people when they're already down. And so here's a headline from July 18th from Coin Central. Ripple CTO reveals deepfake fraud targeting XRP investors on X. So let me tell you about this brand new scam that just popped up on X. And this one is seriously next level scary because of how sophisticated it is. These criminals created a deepfake video. Yeah, you heard that right. A deepfake that makes it look like Brad Garlinghouse himself is announcing some massive 100 million XRP rewards program. The timing? Absolutely perfect from a scammer's perspective. This fake video showed up literally hours after XRP hit its all-time high, when everyone was buzzing with excitement about Ripple's legal victory over the SEC. So people are already pumped up. Emotions are running high, and then boom, here comes this official announcement about free XRP. In the deepfake, they've got this digital version of Brad looking all professional, thanking the XRP community and announcing this huge airdrop to celebrate beating the SEC. I mean, if you didn't know better, you might think, wow, this makes sense. They won their case, XRP is mooning, why wouldn't they celebrate with the community? Thankfully, David Schwartz, Ripple's CTO, jumped on this immediately and called it out. His response was classic Schwartz. Obvious scam is obvious. Short, sweet, and to the point. Now, I'm hoping that most of you watching this would spot something like this from a mile away. And honestly, I think the majority of people would. But here's the thing, there's always going to be that small percentage who might not catch it right away, especially if they're new to crypto or not super tech savvy. And you know what? That doesn't make them stupid. Maybe they just discovered XRP last week. Maybe they're older and still figuring out how all this digital stuff works. Maybe they're just so excited about finally being in profit that their judgment gets a little cloudy. Even people who've been in crypto for years can slip up sometimes. I've been doing this for a while now, and I still approach everything with a healthy dose of paranoia because I absolutely know that under the right circumstances, I could get fooled too. Is it fun being suspicious of everything? Not really, but I'd rather be overly cautious than become another cautionary tale. That's just the reality of this space we're in. And so then there's this Ripple CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, raises alarm over rising XRP scams. This is the brand new one. And here we see, according to an X post, Brad Garlinghouse has urged XRP investors to be vigilant as scamming spree sweeps across the ecosystem. The CEO noted that the latest scam involves the impersonation of the official Ripple accounts on video streaming platform YouTube. Here's the rewritten version that's more engaging and conversational. All right, let me read you his exact post because this literally happened yesterday afternoon. We're talking fresh off the press here. Brad says, like clockwork, with success and market rallies, scammers ramp up their attacks on the crypto community. Please beware of the latest scam targeting the XRP family on YouTube and impersonating Ripple's official account. We will keep reporting these. Please do the same. As always, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. See that phrase, like clockwork? That tells you everything. Brad's been around long enough to know that every single time crypto starts pumping, every time there's good news, every time people are making money, boom, here come the vultures. And listen, I need to hammer this point home because it's so important. If you ever see one of those send us some XRP and we'll send you double back schemes, just stop right there. Don't even think about it for a second. It's complete garbage. I don't care if it looks like it's coming from Brad Garlinghouse himself. I don't care if it's got the Ripple logo all over it. I don't care if your best friend's cousin's neighbor says they got free XRP from it. It's fake. It's not real. It's never been real, and it will never be real. Here's the thing that really gets me. These scammers don't need to fool everyone. They don't even need to fool most people. If they send out 1,000 fake messages and trick just 5 people, that might be enough to make their whole operation profitable. And those 5 people, their lives just got turned upside down. Maybe it was their retirement savings. Maybe it was money they were saving for their kids' education. Maybe it was everything they had. That's what makes this so absolutely heartbreaking and infuriating at the same time. Okay, now I need to share this story with you, and I'm warning you, this is going to be really hard to hear. It's absolutely gut-wrenching, and honestly, it makes me furious that people do this to others. This was posted on Reddit just 2 days ago, and the headline alone will break your heart. I lost 3,721 XRP to a phishing scam. Please learn from my mistake. Now, before I dive into this, I want you to think about what that means at today's prices. We're talking about someone's life savings here. This isn't pocket change. So this person starts by saying, hey everyone, I've been a long-term XRP holder since 2019, and I've always believed in its long-term value, sharing it with friends and family like it was my mission. Sadly, I'm here today not with a win, but with a hard lesson I hope others can learn from. Can you imagine? This person is going through what has to be one of the worst financial disasters of their life, and instead of just disappearing in shame, they're coming forward to warn others. That takes incredible courage and shows the kind of character this person has. That's exactly why I wanted to share his story on my channel, to amplify his message and hopefully prevent this from happening to even one more person. His name is Anthony, and here's what happened to him. On July 20th, so this literally just happened, he got targeted by a phishing scam that was impersonating Trezor. You know, the hardware wallet company that everyone trusts. But here's the really sneaky part. The scam email warned him about some critical security update. And get this, it came at the exact same time his actual Trezor device was prompting him for a real firmware update. This is what I keep trying to tell you guys. These scammers are playing 4D chess here. They're not just sending out random emails hoping someone bites. They're timing these attacks perfectly, waiting for moments when you're most vulnerable, when everything seems to line up just right. Let me give you a personal example of how this works. A few years ago, I was expecting a UPS package, something important I was really waiting for. Right around the expected delivery time, I get this text saying there was some problem with my package, and I needed to click a link to fix it or something bad would happen. Now, if I hadn't been expecting that package, I would have deleted that text in half a second. But because I was expecting it, and the timing was perfect, for just a moment I actually considered clicking that link. Thankfully I didn't, but man, it was close. That's exactly what happened to Anthony. Everything felt completely legitimate. He did what he thought was a security update, clicked the link, and found himself on what looked like a perfect replica of the real Trezor dashboard. And that's when disaster struck. He unknowingly entered his recovery phrase. Now, I've never used a Trezor myself. I'm more of a ledger guy, but the principle is exactly the same across all hardware wallets. Your 24-word seed phrase is like the master key to your entire crypto fortune. You should never, and I mean never, type it into a computer, a website, or give it to any customer service person. The only time, and I repeat, the only time you should ever use that seed phrase is when you're setting up a brand new device after your old one broke or got lost. That's it. This is exactly what I mean when I say this could happen to literally anyone. Let me break down how hardware wallets are supposed to work so you understand the difference. Say your ledger breaks and you need to recover your funds. You get a brand new device, and yes, you'll need to enter that 24-word recovery phrase. But here's the crucial part. You enter it directly into the hardware device itself, not into your computer. The whole point of hardware wallets is that they're air-gapped, meaning they're isolated from the internet where hackers can't reach them. And even when you get a new device, you should always do a factory reset first, even if it came from a totally legit vendor. Then use Ledger Live, that's their official software, to run a security check and verify you've got a genuine product. There are tons of precautions you can take, and trust me, I've been through all of this myself. But the bottom line is this: you should never enter your seed phrase into any website, ever, period. End of story. But in Anthony's case, everything looked so real that he didn't realize what was happening until it was too late. And then comes the devastating part. Within minutes, 3,721 XRP, $13,000, was gone. It was my entire long-term position, something I was saving for retirement, not quick flips. Can you imagine? This wasn't some gambling money or fun speculative cash. This was his retirement fund. Years of disciplined saving and holding, gone in an instant. But look at what Anthony did next. And this is why I have so much respect for this guy. He didn't just curl up in a corner and feel sorry for himself. He filed a report with the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, reached out to the XRP Ledger Foundation, contacted multiple exchanges to flag the attacker's wallet. He's fighting back and trying to protect others. He says, "Allure, this has been emotionally and financially devastating, but I'm sharing my story to help others slow down, secure their assets, and not fall into the same trap. Don't act out of fear." There it is again, that fear factor I keep talking about. These scammers create this fake urgency, this "you must act now or terrible things will happen" pressure. But here's the thing. Legitimate companies like Coinbase, Kraken, Binance, they don't operate like that. They don't pressure you into immediate action. If someone's pushing you to act fast, that's a massive red flag. You know, John Deaton, the lawyer who's been a huge advocate for XRP, he's dealt with some seriously advanced attacks. His X account got hijacked, and he's talked extensively about these fear-based tactics that scammers use. He even had people actually calling him on the phone, pretending to be Coinbase customer support. That's how far these criminals will go. They'll research you, find your phone number, and literally call you up, pretending to be from your exchange. It's absolutely insane what lengths they'll go to. Anthony wraps up his post by saying, "That moment of hesitation could literally save your entire portfolio." He even set up a GoFundMe to try to recover some of his losses, and he ends with, "Whether you donate, share, or just tighten up your own crypto security after reading this, thank you. I hope no one else here ever has to post a story like this." Man, that just hits different, doesn't it? Here's someone going through probably the worst financial disaster of their life, and they're still thinking about protecting others. That takes real character, and honestly, nothing but respect for Anthony for sharing his story. Because imagine if that was your entire XRP position, everything you'd worked for, everything you'd saved, just gone in minutes. The emotional devastation would be unreal. I'm telling you, just thinking about what Anthony went through makes me feel sick to my stomach. If that happened to me, oh man, I would be absolutely shattered. Like, I don't even know how I'd function. I've been holding my XRP since 2017. That's 8 years of diamond hands, 8 years of doing everything I possibly can to keep it safe and secure. I've put real money into this, life-changing money, because I genuinely believe this is going to transform my future. And if some scammer just wiped it all out in 5 minutes, I honestly don't know how I'd recover from that emotionally. And I know most of you watching this feel the exact same way. Your XRP isn't just some numbers on a screen. It represents your hopes, your dreams, maybe your kid's college fund or your retirement plan. That's what makes these scams so absolutely evil. That's exactly why I felt like I had to make this video. If I can prevent even one person from going through what Anthony experienced, then every minute I spent on this was worth it. So here's my advice, and please take this to heart. Whenever you're doing anything with crypto, whether it's on an exchange, with your hardware wallet, whatever, slow down, take a breath, be paranoid. If someone's pressuring you to act fast, that's your first red flag. If you feel rushed or panicked, stop everything and assume it's a scam until you can prove otherwise. I'm serious about this. That mindset alone could save your entire portfolio. And I cannot stress this enough. Never, ever type your private keys or seed phrase into any website, not even if it looks 100% legitimate. You know what's really scary? There are fake versions of Ledger Live floating around out there that look identical to the real thing. If you haven't used your hardware wallet in a while, you might think, oh, maybe I did have to type my seed phrase into the software when I first set this up. No, you never did. And you never will. The real Ledger Live will never ask for your seed phrase. Never. Look, I want to be completely honest with you guys. Even though I consider myself pretty tech savvy and definitely not gullible, I'm still terrified that something like this could happen to me. Does that sound crazy? Maybe, but you know what? That fear is actually my biggest protection. Because I'm scared of getting scammed, I move incredibly slowly and deliberately with everything crypto related. I double check everything, I verify URLs, I take my time, and I never let anyone pressure me into quick decisions. That healthy paranoia might seem excessive, but it's probably what's going to keep my funds safe. The bottom line is this: stay vigilant out there, take your time with everything, and please, please don't become another cautionary tale. Your future self will thank you for being extra careful today.